August 20th, what's the news today? In California, the federal judge allowed the request for prisoners to be force-fed if they are striking out by not eating, which has been going on since July the 8th. Since prisoners don't have too many tools to resist the establishment, what they started to do is stop eating. Now, we can think about it, is this right or is this wrong? And frankly, I thought about it a fair bit, and the conclusion is that I have no idea. I can see both sides, and both of them are right, both of them could be right and could be completely wrong. So what should one think about this? When I look at the news, I try to always think, what is there for me to learn from this situation? How could I possibly think about this and use it in my own life so I can learn from other people's situations most efficiently? In this situation, what came up for me was that we never really know what's right, what's wrong. We have the prefrontal lobe of our brain, which is where we basically do all of our conscious thinking, and this part of the brain is very limited. You can only hold 4 to 7 variables in it, so at this point any complicated subject is pretty much unsolvable for a human being. Does this mean that we should give up and stop trying to solve complex issues? I don't think so. It's more like we have to realize that since you can't possibly comprehend all possibilities, you have to just make up your mind and listen to your gut. How do you feel about this situation? So when it comes to the news, you read something, you think about it a little bit, you leave it alone for a few days, and then eventually you go back and see how you feel about it. And that, a lot of times, helps you to use your whole brain, all your experiences, and who knows, maybe even the universal knowledge, or what people call the shared knowledge. This shared knowledge itself is something very, very interesting, because people who solve crossword puzzles as a hobby or as a job, they realize when they companies bring out these very complicated ones, and when they bring out one, and if someone who's very good at this don't look at it the first day, the second day they look at it, they realize that it's easier to solve than if they would look at it the first day. And they believe the reason for that, because when people look at a certain issue and they think about it, they upload information into this universal net of understanding and knowledge that every human being have an access to, but not necessarily consciously, but subconsciously we all know this. So once you're uploading information there because you're thinking about the subject, if someone else started to think about it, they already have a sense of the thoughts that you put towards the subject. So when it ties back into our little conversation about the news, is it right or is it wrong? I've been thinking about this a fair bit, stepping away from it, and I have a gut feeling about it, and that's how I utilize news. Try to have a gut feeling. Practice your gut feeling through the news. Not necessarily to get boggled up, get upset, get worked up about it. It's more about trying to trust yourself that the way you feel about the world is the way the world is for you. Because the world is different for all of us, and we just have to be okay about that. You only are the only you, and no one else is going to see things the way you do. And you're just going to have to accept that. Once you accept that, there will be a lot of pressure that will be taken off from your shoulders. So this was the news for today, August 20th. Have a lovely day.